I still remember that morning clearly. Mrs. Margaret walked into the clinic with her familiar smile, but this time there was something different in her eyes. After a gentle hug, she softly said, her voice trembling, "This morning I could no longer see my youngest granddaughter's face clearly. Everything looked blurry, like there was a layer of fog. She did not have diabetes, no history of glaucoma. She did not spend too much time on her phone or read in poor lighting, so why was her vision deteriorating? The answer lay in the very things she had been eating every day. Foods that seemed healthy and had earned her trust for many years were quietly robbing her of her eyesight. As a surgeon who has worked with thousands of elderly patients, I am not here to scare you. I am here to offer a heartfelt warning, because I have seen far too many people lose their vision, not because of the disease, but because of food choices no one ever pointed out to them. You have always been told to eat more vegetables. That advice is not wrong, but it is not complete. Not all vegetables are good for eyes that are gradually weakening, and not every food that sounds healthy is actually safe when you are over 70. This article will help you take a closer look at your everyday eating habits. I will show you 5 common vegetables that many seniors in America consume daily and explain why they might be damaging your retina, accelerating blurry vision, and even leading to irreversible loss of eyesight. Do not dismiss this too quickly, because the meals you choose today may determine whether you can still see the faces of your loved ones, the eyes of your life companion, or the sunlight on your front porch in the final years of life. Why can vegetables still harm your eyes? We grew up being told that eating more vegetables would make us healthier, help us live longer, and even keep our eyes bright and sharp. This is true in many cases, but as with everything in life, what matters is not only what we eat, but also how much we eat, how we prepare it, and under what circumstances we consume it. Some vegetables can become hidden threats on the plates of older adults, not because the vegetables themselves are bad, but because of improper preparation or harmful combinations. Over time, these small mistakes add up and can lead to serious consequences for your vision. Think about the retina, the light-sensitive tissue at the back of your eye. It is essential for recognizing the faces of loved ones, reading the morning paper, or driving safely. But the retina is also packed with millions of tiny capillaries, as fine as strands of hair, that are easily damaged by oxidative stress, high blood pressure, inflammation, or nutrient deficiencies. Some vegetables, if not handled properly, can interfere with the absorption of essential minerals, increase oxidative stress, or contribute to narrowing the blood vessels in your eyes. And the concerning part is that these vegetables are not rare. You may have them sitting in your fridge right now. You may be eating them every week, sometimes even every day. I have met many patients who believed they were eating very healthfully. They avoided sweets, did not drink alcohol, and maintained regular exercise. But when I looked more closely at their diets, I found a common thread: they had been unknowingly consuming these dangerous vegetables. You might ask, I have eaten vegetables my whole life and I have been fine. But the human body changes over time. After age 60, the kidneys, liver, digestive system, and blood vessels all become less efficient. What your body could absorb and process easily at 40 can become a burden by the time you reach 70. And your eyes, already delicate to begin with, are often the first to feel the effects. Now is the time to take a closer look at these specific vegetables, understand what is really going on, and most importantly, learn how to make changes so you do not lose your precious vision because of a seemingly harmless eating habit. 1. Spinach left overnight. A hidden danger in your lunchbox. Spinach has long been considered a symbol of healthy eating. For older adults, it is often chosen to make soups sated with garlic or mixed with eggs for breakfast. Soft, easy to digest, and rich in iron and vitamins, spinach is almost an indispensable companion in the kitchens of many American families. However, very few people know that when spinach is cooked, stored overnight, and then reheated, it undergoes a chemical transformation that creates compounds harmful to the eyes, particularly nitrites. Spinach naturally contains a high amount of nitrate, a substance found in many leafy greens. When stored in the refrigerator overnight, these nitrates can convert into nitrites. Once inside the body, nitrites increase oxidative stress, which is one of the main causes of damage to the tiny blood vessels in the retina. I have met patients in their 70s who had no diabetes, did not smoke, and had excellent vision in the past, but gradually they lost the ability to read for long periods, became sensitive to sunlight, and had to squint to see their grandchildren's faces. Upon deeper investigation, I discovered a common habit. They regularly ate reheated spinach from leftover meals to save food and avoid cooking multiple times. I completely understand that mindset. We are all taught not to waste food, but when the price is the slow loss of the ability to see the world clearly, is a bowl of leftovers still worth it? My advice is not to eliminate spinach entirely. Eat it fresh, consume it the same day, and if there are leftovers, do not hesitate to throw them out. Your eyesight is more precious than anything sitting in a cold food container. 2. Raw kale in your morning smoothie. The clean and green habit that might be clouding your vision. If you are a health-conscious senior, you have probably heard endless praise for kale. In health magazines, grocery store flyers, and television programs aimed at older adults, kale is always hailed as a superfood rich in fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. Because of this, many people have adopted a new habit, making a morning smoothie with raw kale, adding a bit of banana and some oats. It sounds healthy and trendy, doesn't it? But did you know that raw kale, when consumed regularly, can quietly harm your eyes? Kale contains a high amount of oxalate, a natural compound that can bind to calcium and zinc in the body. These are two minerals that are crucial for the health of your retina and macula. When oxalate binds to calcium and zinc, it forms crystals that are hard to absorb, depriving your eyes of the essential nutrients needed to maintain clear vision. I have seen older patients coming in with symptoms like eye strain while reading, mild blurriness in bright light, or a constant haze as if looking through a fog. They were surprised because other than drinking kale smoothies every day, they had no unhealthy habits. They did not smoke, did not stay up late, drank plenty of water, and exercised regularly. Yet that green smoothie they drank each morning turned out to be the silent culprit, stealing the sharpness from their vision. This does not mean you need to remove kale from your diet completely. In fact, kale is very beneficial when cooked. Steaming or lightly sautéing it can reduce the oxalate content and make the remaining nutrients easier to absorb, especially lutein and zeaxanthin 2 compounds that help protect the macula from blue light. So if you believe that drinking a raw kale smoothie every morning is your secret to staying young, it may be time to reconsider. One small change, switching from raw kale to lightly steamed kale, could make a big difference for your eyes as they age day by day. 3. Pickled vegetables. Tasty and full of memories, but quietly harming your eyes. There is something deeply familiar and comforting about biting into a crunchy slice of pickled cucumber with a sandwich, or enjoying a bit of tangy pickled mustard greens alongside a sizzling barbecue. For many older Americans, pickled foods are not just side dishes, they are memories. They bring back backyard cookouts, grandma's handwritten recipes, and the simple joy of a well-rounded dinner. But behind that familiar flavor lies a hard truth to swallow. Pickled vegetables might be quietly damaging the blood vessels in your eyes day after day. Most pickled vegetables contain a very high amount of salt. Just one small serving can pack hundreds of milligrams of sodium, which can overwhelm the fragile blood vessels in the eyes, especially for older adults. Excess salt does not just raise blood pressure, as everyone knows, it also puts added pressure on the tiny capillaries that nourish the retina. Over time, this pressure weakens the vessel walls, making them prone to leaking and causing microbleeds. This can lead to blurry vision, difficulty seeing in bright light, or even retinal degeneration caused by hypertension. It does not stop there. Commercial pickled vegetables often contain preservatives and artificial coloring agents, ingredients that have been shown to trigger inflammation and increase oxidative stress throughout the body, including the eyes and brain. I once spoke with an elderly gentleman who said, "I only eat a few slices of pickles a day that can't hurt." But when his memory started skipping like a scratched record and his vision lost its sharpness. Those small habits, like reaching for the pickle jar, became things he wished he could go back and change. If you love that tangy, salty taste, try pickling your vegetables at home with less salt or limit how often you eat them each week. Do not let a food that simply brings back memories become the reason you can no longer clearly see the faces of your loved ones in old photographs. 4. Garlic. Good for the heart, but not always for the eyes if used the wrong way. Garlic has long been considered the miracle food in both cooking and traditional medicine. It is a staple in meals for millions of American families. Not only does it enhance flavor, but it is also well known for lowering cholesterol, fighting bacteria, and supporting healthy blood circulation. For many older adults, garlic is even taken as a daily supplement to protect heart health. However, there is another side to garlic that few people talk about. When consumed in excess, especially in raw form or as concentrated garlic pills, it can harm the delicate capillaries in the eyes, particularly in seniors. The reason lies in garlic's natural blood-thinning properties. This might sound beneficial, especially if you are concerned about blood clots or strokes. But when the blood becomes too thin, especially if you are also taking aspirin or other anticoagulant medications, the tiny vessels in the retina can start to leak. I have seen patients describe their symptoms as like seeing through a thin fog or noticing strange flashes in the dark. Upon examination, these signs often indicate internal bleeding in the eye or early stages of retinal degeneration. A clove of garlic in your pasta dish is perfectly fine, even healthy. But if you are drinking raw garlic smoothies every morning along with garlic extract supplements, the benefits can quickly turn into a burden. The issue is not with garlic itself, but with the dosage and method of use. Your body, especially your eyes, needs to be nourished through balance, not daily shock doses. So the next time you reach for that garlic pill, ask yourself, am I truly helping my body stay strong, or am I unknowingly putting its most fragile cells at risk? 5. Canned corn. Sweet and convenient, but maybe quietly clouding your vision. There is something warm and nostalgic about canned corn. Its bright yellow color, gentle sweetness, and the feeling of summer sealed in a tin can make it a staple in American meals, from Thanksgiving casseroles to simple weeknight dinners. For many older adults, it's easy to prepare, soft to chew, and offers a sense of comfort. But few realize that canned corn may actually be a silent thief of your eyesight. First, the industrial canning process strips away most of the powerful antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, two essential nutrients for retinal protection. These are the very compounds that filter harmful blue light, reduce inflammation, and help prevent macular degeneration, one of the leading causes of blindness in older adults. Worse yet, canned corn often contains added sodium and sugar, especially in varieties labeled sweet, kernel, or seasoned. These additives not only increase intraocular pressure, putting strain on the optic nerve, but also contribute to chronic inflammation throughout the circulatory system, including the delicate blood vessels in your eyes. I once had an elderly patient say, "It's just corn, how harmful could it be?" And that's the trap. The familiar appearance of a seemingly harmless food makes us lower our guard, even as every small spoonful may be quietly doing harm. The good news: you don't have to give up corn altogether. Switching to fresh or frozen corn can help you retain most of the eye-protecting nutrients. A small change in what you choose to eat can go a long way in preserving your ability to read a book, drive safely, or recognize the faces of your loved ones in dim light. Now that you know about these 5 common vegetables that may be silently damaging your vision, you might be wondering, so what should I eat to protect my eyesight, brain, and heart as I age? So, what should seniors eat to protect their vision? After learning that some vegetables we trust can silently harm our eyes, over time it is natural to ask, what should I eat to keep my vision clear, my mind sharp, and my heart healthy? The encouraging news is, you do not need rare supplements or pricey superfoods. The answers are likely already in your kitchen, your garden, or your local market. Carrots, a classic companion for eye health. Carrots have long been celebrated as food for good eyesight, and for good reason. They are rich in beta-carotene, which the body converts into vitamin A, This vitamin is crucial for maintaining a healthy retina, especially when trying to see in low light. If you are a senior who struggles with night visions, adding carrots to your daily meals can be a simple yet powerful change. Red bell peppers, vibrant in color, rich in nutrients. Red bell peppers are often overlooked, yet they contain more than twice the amount of vitamin C found in oranges. This vitamin, along with antioxidants in peppers, helps strengthen the delicate blood vessels in the eyes. Including red bell peppers in your meals regularly can reduce inflammation and support healthy circulation to the retina. Lightly cooked kale, a natural protector for your eyes. You can still enjoy kale, just not in its raw form. Cooking kale lightly by steaming or sautéing. It helps reduce oxalates, which block nutrient absorption, and allows your body to access valuable compounds like lutein and zeaxanthin. These nutrients are essential for shielding the eyes from harmful blue light, whether from digital screens or sunlight. A small change in preparation can turn kale into a true ally for aging eyes. Ripe tomatoes, your defense against oxidative stress. Ripe tomatoes are rich in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that helps protect both the retina and the blood vessels from long-term oxidative damage. Eating cooked or ripe tomatoes regularly supports not just your vision, but also your cardiovascular and cognitive health. The right foods prepared the right way. The key is not simply to eat vegetables, but to eat the right kinds in the right way at the right time. A bowl of well-prepared vegetable soup may do more for your eyes than a trendy green smoothie full of raw ingredients that your body cannot fully absorb. Good nutrition is not about being fashionable, but about being thoughtful. At this stage of life, every food choice matters. Small, consistent improvements can create lasting benefits for your sight, memory, and energy. Do not wait until your vision fades or your recall slows. Take action today. Start with dinner tonight by choosing vegetables that truly nourish your whole self. If you are still with me, leave a comment saying I am ready to make a change. That simple step shows you are walking this path with me toward clearer vision, stronger health, and a life lived with purpose. Eat the right way. How cooking methods and post-meal habits affect your vision. You might be choosing the right foods, but if you cook them the wrong way or maintain unhealthy habits after meals, the benefits of those vegetables could be lost, or worse, they could end up harming your health. Let us start with how you cook your food. Many vegetables like kale, tomatoes, and carrots release more nutrients when they are lightly cooked. For example, lycopene in tomatoes becomes more absorbable after cooking. Kale becomes less irritating to the body when steamed or sautéed, reducing oxalates that interfere with nutrient absorption. On the other hand, reheating food repeatedly, especially nitrate-rich vegetables like spinach, can lead to the formation of nitrites. These compounds can quietly damage the small blood vessels in your retina. The key is moderate cooking. Light steaming, quick sautéing, or gentle roasting helps preserve the most nutrients. Try to avoid slow boiling, deep frying, or reheating leftovers again and again over several days. Next, consider when you eat. Did you know your eyesight is also influenced by your body's internal clock? Eating dinner too late, especially meals high in salt or sugar like canned corn, can increase eye pressure and disturb your sleep. Both of these factors indirectly stress your eyes. Ideally, eat vegetables during the day or early evening. Combine them with a light protein and healthy fats like olive oil or avocado to help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins more effectively. Finally, think about your post-meal habits. Do you usually sit still after eating or even lie down right away? For older adults, lack of movement after meals can slow digestion and increase strain on circulation. This affects not only the eyes, but also the brain and heart. Make it a habit to take a gentle walk for 5 to 10 minutes after a meal. This simple step aids digestion, helps regulate blood pressure, and supports your eyes by easing pressure on small blood vessels. Keep this in mind. Eating healthy is not enough. You also need to eat at the right time, cook food the right way, and live wisely after each meal. Every small decision, from steaming vegetables instead of frying to getting up and moving after dinner, is a meaningful step. These daily choices help you preserve the light in your eyes, the clarity in your thinking, and the freedom to live life on your terms. If this message speaks to you, consider sharing this video with a loved one, because protecting your eyesight is not just about seeing clearly. It is about staying connected to the life and people you love. Conclusion: every small choice is a big step toward keeping the light in your life. Old age does not mean giving up on your eyesight. In fact, this is the time when preserving your vision becomes more important than ever. From recognizing your loved ones' faces to reading the pages of your favorite book, clear eyesight allows you to stay independent and deeply connected to life. We have explored 5 vegetables that may seem healthy but can harm your eyes if used the wrong way. You have also learned about smarter alternatives and better cooking methods to retain the nutrients that truly matter. But above all, the most important thing lies not in the food itself, but in your everyday decisions. Every meal you prepare, every habit you keep after eating, every small change you bravely commit to, all contribute to preserving the light in your eyes and the clarity in your mind. You do not need to change everything at once. Just start today with one small step. It might be swapping canned corn for fresh kernels, lightly steaming kale instead of blending it raw, or simply taking a short walk after dinner. Small, steady steps can lead to big results. If this message resonates with you, feel free to leave a comment. And if you want your loved ones to keep their eyes bright and hearts strong, share this video with them. Thank you for staying with us. You are the light of aging, a cherished part of the light of wise elders.